This morning from Genesis House, Ange Braun with us. Ange, good morning.
Good morning.
And we were just really talking about how Genesis House, this is a big month for you guys.
It is. It's Domestic Abuse Awareness Month. November, we wouldn't say celebrate domestic violence, but it's certainly an opportunity to bring forward the idea that families are in, there could be families in trouble that you know. So this is the time to think about that.
And we talked about how this is your role as Genesis House is a shelter, but also make awareness in the community.
It is. Because we don't have a women's resource center, we're really the only agency in this Pembina Valley that would kind of speak to domestic abuse or family violence. And so it's important that we make sure that we honor that part of our work and let people know that we're out there both to help if you are in trouble, and if you know someone that's in trouble, we can also help with guiding you through that.
And you guys have a long list of things that are going on that you're very excited about, one of which I love the story of Power of the PJs.
Power of the PJs, yes. You know, every family that comes through gets a pair of pajamas when they come. It's just part of it. You need pajamas for sleeping. It's communal living, so there may be other families in the same space as you. So you need good pajamas. And so the South Central Regional Libraries come on board every year, and they are the drop-off depot for us. And folks can bring pajamas, toothpaste, hairbrushes, shampoo, you name it, and drop off throughout the region at the libraries. And we collect at the end of November.
And you said last year you guys weren't able to have your gala, but people still were wanting to support.
They were wanting to support. So the Power of the PJs, there was still collections even at the end of November, although we did not advertise that. So people remembered us anyway. And last year it was so on the fence with COVID about whether we would be able to do our gala event. So we started preparing and collecting prizes, which now will end up being an online auction for this year.
And the online auction is going on, so people can support you guys with that. And you mentioned some of the really cool items that are part of your auction.
Yes, there is some really cool items. The auction starts November 16th, and I think there's 56 or 57 different items. And I think I had mentioned my favorite item is a beautiful handmade quilt in honor of Darlene Hayward, who was the board member, who actually was the chair, who hired me in 2005. And she passed away last year, and her friends, in her memory, have created this quilt and have donated it to generate revenue and in her honor. It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of work.
And just in time to start thinking about holiday shopping. Your auction is going on.
There's I saw a Nintendo Switch in there. I saw a lug bag in there. So there's a mystery box. I know people are just loving those Amazon mystery boxes. This is a mystery box as well that we have on the auction. So who knows what could be in there. So some fun.
That does sound like it's a lot of fun. And adding to the list of things going on, the hockey game coming up next week with the Winkler Flyers.
Yes, the Peace Begins at Home hockey games. That has become a favorite, and we really missed that last year. So we decided a number of years ago we needed to get out into community, meeting people where they were. And so we started with the hockey games. And so all we really ask people to do at that hockey game is to wear a Peace Begins at Home button. And and just be aware of families that could be in trouble, and you know where you might be able to call for help.
And it is Domestic Abuse Awareness Month. And during this month, what can somebody do to support their community members who might be experiencing some domestic abuse?
You know, I think one of the things, often there is this idea that people would make up a story about domestic abuse. It's a very difficult topic, and people will not tell lies about this. So I think if you know someone and they disclose to you, I think believe them, support them, and try to guide them to the right places for help. So the shelter would be one of those places. You don't have to come into shelter to access counseling or help. That's often people think that as well. If they don't come and stay with us, they can't get our help. They absolutely can still get our help. So that would be one of the really big things.
Yeah, you guys have a phone line. You said you're experiencing high calls, but you're encouraging people, if they need help, call.
They still need to call, absolutely. The shelters have been extremely busy for the last year, and I would say though 325-9800 will connect you up with our 24-hour line. And even if you don't want to stay with us, or you're not sure what's happening and you just want to check it out with someone, that's the number to try. And the staff will talk to you. They'll listen to you and help you. If there's a next step to be made, they'll help you decide what that could look like.
And if somebody wants to keep tabs on the hockey game or the auction or Power of the PJs, where can they see what's going on with Genesis House?
Well, you know, our social media is really quite active. So if you look us up on Instagram, Facebook, Genesis House South, and our website, genesishouseshelter.ca, and you will find all of our things happening there.
Well, Ange, thanks so much for coming in this morning.
Thank you for having me.